What's going on YouTube? It's Jaron from WearTesters.com, and today we're going to be talking about the Adidas Rose 6. Now you guys are probably like, yo, JAHRONMON, what's the big deal? This shoe came out 2 weeks ago. Why are you doing the first impressions right now? Well, the release for this shoe was pretty terrible, for a lack of a better term. It only released in Foot Locker and Champs, from what I can tell, via their launch locator in the greater Chicago area. Nowhere locally here where I'm at, the Bay Area, had it. Maybe the Adidas flagship store in San Francisco had it, but I wasn't about to go all the way to the city, pay toll, look for parking, pay for parking, and pay that extreme premium tax that they pay over in the city just to get this sneaker. So I ordered it online and it came a full 5 days later. So I wasn't gonna do a video, but the number one question I get asked whenever I post on Instagram, which is also at JAHRONMON, Jaron, how do these feel? Are they good? Are they bad? What's the traction? What's the fit? How's that material? What's the boost feel like? So I decided that I'm just gonna make a little performance teaser for you guys, all right? So this is the official performance teaser of the Rose 6, because I gotta tell you guys, this is a pretty darn good sneaker. So starting off with this traction, there were a couple concerns going in. Not only was it translucent, but also it looked like the same traction that was on the Crazy Light 2014, and we all know how that came out. If you don't, not so well. So there was some concern that the Rose 6 traction wasn't going to be as good. And you guys don't need to worry, because the traction is pretty damn nice on this sneaker. Now, just like any other traction setup, whether it's good or bad, it's not gonna perform that well on dusty surfaces unless you're constantly wiping. And when I say constantly, I really do mean it, because the traction pattern on the Rose 6 is very tight, and there's a lot of places for the dust to get stuck in between. So you're really gonna have to wipe constantly to get the best of the traction on dusty floors. But if you happen to be on a clean to moderately clean floor, you're really going to be surprised with the traction that's on the Rose 6. It is superb. The only thing holding it back is models like the Kobe 9 and the 29 still worked really well no matter what surface you were on. The Rose 6, however, like I mentioned, you're going to have to be constantly wiping, and at that point, like, what's the point? All right, next up, the moment you guys all been waiting for, the Boost foam. Now I have to say, this is what the Rose 5 should have been. If you take a look at the heel unit of the Rose 5, you could tell that the Rose 6 is considerably larger. I'm not sure of a number. I think I heard 25% more, but don't quote me on that. But just visually, you could tell that the 6 has a lot more boost than the 5. Now you can see by the Rose 6, there's some unlocked portions of boost in the forefoot. And this really gives that boost feeling we were missing in the Rose 5. Now guys, I really do mean this when I say this. This is how boost was meant to be used on basketball sneakers. The stable frame that Adidas used really stabilizes the somewhat unstable boost foam, so you're not feeling like you're gonna roll your ankles every now and then. But at the same time, it doesn't restrict the boost from doing what it does best, and that's dispersing energy from your hard strikes and bringing it right back to you so you can run faster, jump higher, etc, etc, etc. Next up, let's talk about these materials. If you didn't see my Rose 6 scouting report, I mentioned that the Rose 5 had an array of materials that some worked and some didn't, and I was concerned that the launch colorway of the Rose 6, much like the Rose 5's launch colorway, wasn't going to be comfortable and actually hurt my feet. And I can tell you that that is not the case with this mesh synthetic upper. But what I will say is the containment isn't as good as it could be in this pair. I've heard from multiple sources that the black pair, which uses another synthetic leathery type material, has a lot better containment and just fits around your foot nicer. I actually tweaked my ankle in these last night because the containment wasn't good enough. What happened was, when I do my moving shots off the dribble, I do a hop. If you don't know what a hop is, it's exactly what it sounds like. You hop into your shot and it kind of balances your body so you can go straight up and down. Now, I was moving off the dribble towards my right, and I hopped into my shot, and my foot inside the shoe slid because the containment wasn't good enough, which then made my foot stagger like ta ta ta, and it totally just destroyed my ankle and it hurt real bad. This is why I have concerns, because other colorways, from what I've been hearing, don't have this issue. So Adidas, just choose 1 or 2 materials on the Rose 6, make sure those work properly, and give us those materials. Please don't just give us a bunch of materials and just make us figure out how they work and which one performs the best. Just 1 or 2, please, please. Anyways guys, that pretty much takes care of the performance teaser for the Rose 6. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer for you. Stay tuned for the performance review. Should be coming next week or sometime in the week after this next weekend. That was a tongue twister. Anyways guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Adidas encapsulated the boost foam in the forefoot, resulting in a stiffer ride that made